What's going on YouTube? Today we're going to be taking a look at strong side red dot carry, specifically with the Harry's holster. Are you ready? Stand by. Welcome back to the channel. If you like handguns, competition, and over-analysis, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you're watching this video and you're not subscribed to this channel, and I bet there's about a 92% chance you're not, you should consider subscribing. Today, we're going to talk about strong side carry with red dot guns, specifically in the holster I found that makes that work, which is the Harry's holster. So stand by, we'll go down to the table and show you what it's like. Here it is, guys. This is the insider from Harry's holsters. He has this in several configurations for sale on his website. This is the Overlord configuration, which I believe is about $74.99 plus shipping. What Overlord means is you get to pick between these Raven concealment overhooks or the pull the dot soft loops. The reason this works for a red dot pistol on strong side carry is because the overhooks and just how many mounting height options he provides with the design of this holster keep the pistol riding clear of your belt, which is important for this optic because the optic is wider than the pistol is, and it doesn't really work if you have to put it down into your belt line. The really nice thing, apparently I'm one of a handful of people in the country who actually tucks their shirt in when wearing a holster like this, is I can tuck in my shirt behind this, which is something I really need for my given application. So this works great as far as that's concerned. If you haven't gathered by now, this is a modular design, and you can mount other hardware in different configurations, really to your heart's content. We'll get into that later. What I really care about, though, is this holster has amazing retention. As somebody who's getting in and out of cars, up and down from office chairs, things like that, I don't want the grip dislodging the pistol in the holster, which has happened when I carried like hybrid holsters in the past. Never was it dislodged from the holster, but it did break the retention and then settle back down into it, which makes your heart skip a beat. This has excellent retention if you haven't seen from the video so far. The draw, however, the holster lets go when it is supposed to let go. And you can see that as evidenced in a couple draw strokes there for you. The holster is very fast. When you actually insert the pistol into the holster, there is like zero drag of the holster against the pistol because it's not based off a blue gun. If you don't know a lot about making Kydex holsters, I know just enough to mangle all the terminology and get it wrong, but a lot of inexpensive holster makers will buy a bunch of blue guns. They will block the blue gun, and what that means is if you look right here, that's where the slide stop is on the pistol. So he's blocked it, so there's a nice little channel that the slide stop doesn't rub on when you go to insert it, which is why it inserts so smoothly. The blue guns aren't dimensionally accurate to the actual pistols they are. So the holsters that Harry offers on his website are for pistols he actually has, and he's based these designs off of the actual guns. So what you end up getting is a pistol that holsters like none of the other holsters that I have. So if you've not owned a high quality, and I do mean a high quality holster, and for our purposes, let's say that's a holster that costs more than about $50, you really owe it to yourself, especially if you want to buy once and cry once, especially with a holster like this with a ton of hardware options. If you haven't noticed, the definition on the holster is really next level. This is really superb stuff. And if you compare it, this is a JM custom Kydex inside the waistband holster that I carry with my PO1. Hasn't gotten much carry time, but if you look how generously it's blocked out, this is a top shelf holster, and the Harry's holster is even a little bit nicer in my opinion than the JM's. He just has put more thought into the design. It works in basically this configuration, but this will also work in appendix, whereas this one wouldn't necessarily. The JM's, I'm not knocking him because he makes a killer PO1 Omega holster and almost nobody else does. So if you have a PO1 Omega, maybe check that out. But if you have a Glock, I think you owe it to yourself to check out what Harry's offering there. So to go over all these options, all these holes that we have here, show you the extra hardware that comes with it. Let's see if I can make this work. So there you have it, guys. There's all the hardware that is available for the Insider holster. As mentioned, here's the Tucker strut pull the dot snaps that are available for it. As you can see, if I actually line them up, it wouldn't necessarily work with the strong side belt carry. Maybe not. Maybe it would. Maybe it would. It looks like it'd be getting the optic a little bit closer to the belt, which is not something I'm a huge fan of. There is a spacer right here behind the trigger guard overhook, so you can trade that out for a, I think he calls these a mod claw. What that means is it's a two-piece claw, so you can see this is the wing part. There are two different height claws that screw into these holes here. One is taller, one is shorter. So depending on how much you want the holster to press against your belt, it will tuck it in a little bit further. It doesn't really work for where I'm wearing it, but that option is available. He has, if you just are a fan of the single clip over the belt there, you can look at that. You've got a couple different options. There's actually a little, it's really, while these are slots, it's adjusted for about 4 options with how he has it there. So you can put a little bit of cant on it or just have it be a 0 cant neutral drop. He has a similar, I'm not sure what the name of this hook is, but it's an overhook as well. You can adjust it for cant if you see the slot that's kind of drilled there. You can tune it for ride height wherever you want to. Thinking about trying this one with a single clip, but I really like the security of having 2 points fastening to the belt, so I'm not real sure about that. He even goes the extra mile and provides thread locker for you to lock down your hardware once you get it adjusted like you want. Appreciate that. I've got a whole mess of Loctite in my range bag for all of the screws and bolts on my competition rig, so I just use some of that instead. He gives you this really handsome sticker that will satisfy all of your sticker needs, for whatever those may be. A business card with his email address, and Harry is very involved in his business, so if you send him an email, he's happy to talk with you at length about all this. I mean, the one thing, he's a very, very humble guy. I mean, my channel is called the Humble Marksman channel. That is in jest. I'm not very humble. Harry actually is. I can say with a high degree of confidence, this is the nicest holster that I've ever owned, and it's probably the nicest I've ever encountered. So I can recommend this highly. I'm very eager to see what else he comes out with because he's very driven and he's coming up with some new designs that'll be launching some later this year. And I just can't wait to see what it is he comes out with. So I appreciate you guys watching this. If you haven't already, please head over to Facebook and like my Facebook page. You'll see when the new videos come out. I share shooting videos that you probably find interesting, and I'll cross-post articles from my Patreon page. I'll write an article about once a week, once every other week. I basically just use the Patreon as a blog, and you can see when those kind of go live. So you can follow me there if you like to as well. So as always, I appreciate it, guys. Give me the thumbs up, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks, guys.